Hey guys, good evening and welcome to this event by Youth Red Cross, the CASA event Beyond the Smoke and Expedition Against Nicotine.
Parth, thanks a lot for this wonderful start. So, I would like to introduce each one of us. I'm Bikash Lenka. I'm studying in third year, and my friend Arvind and Parth. We three of us will be sharing valuable information which will help you a lot to quit smoking. Parth, you may take on.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Vikas. So now let's start with the introduction about what is nicotine. So could you go to the next slide? So nicotine is a colorless and a toxic alkaloid, and it is not only found in tobacco but also in everyday vegetables. And the global concern arises from nicotine's unique ability to induce euphoria, raising widespread worries about its addiction. Inhaled nicotine initiates chemical reactions in nerve endings, enhancing heart rate, memory, alertness, and reaction time. The release of dopamine and endorphins in the brain contributes to feelings of pleasure and satisfaction. Nicotine, acting both as a stimulant and depressant, intensifies its addictive properties. So let's talk about some statistics now. 16% of the study population smoked tobacco, 20% chewed tobacco or pan masala, and 30% either smoked or chewed tobacco. About 194 million people aged 15 years and older, out of which 150 million were men and 44 million women, consumed some form of tobacco. 29.3% of men and 2.3% of women smoked. 28.1% of men and 12% of women chewed tobacco or pan masala. So now let's talk about the negative effects of nicotine. Participating in activities like smoking, vaping, dipping, snuffing harms both the mental and the physical health. Damage to endothelial cells disrupts the smooth flow of blood and important nutrients in the body. Cigarettes contain a large number of toxins, about 4,000 to 7,000, including strong cancer causing substances like tar, ammonia, formaldehyde, revealing the harmful side of nicotine consumption. I would now like my dear friend Arvind to continue with the presentation.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Aravind, and I'm gonna talk on action on brain and its effects by using nicotine. Nicotine's main impact on the brain is through binding to alpha 4 beta 2 receptors, and it's mainly based on the rapid entry into the brain due to passage through the blood brain barrier. It acts on the mesolimbic reward pathway, which connects VTA and nucleus accumbens. It triggers the dopamine release, intensifying through multiple neural circuits. It also results in difficulty of quitting due to the potent increase in dopamine within the reward circuitry. Nicotine also decreases the GABA activity, which acts like an accelerator while removing the brakes. The final action is it results in the increased motivation, decreased negative mode, and elevated positive mode. Now let's talk about six major physical impacts of using nicotine. The first one is its influence on the hypothalamus impacts aggression, temperature regulation, and suppresses appetite. The next one is binding to nicotinic receptors orchestrates POMC neuron activity, which also suppresses the appetite of the person who uses nicotine. The third impact is it directly affects the metabolism of the body, fat solubility, and it also has some significant impact on cardiovascular functions. The next one is increased heart rate, accelerated blood pressure, and weight loss due to nicotine use. Other symptoms of nicotine toxicity include nausea, vomiting, salivation, pallor, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and cold sweat. The final physical impact of using nicotine is that it shows visible signs of nicotine use, which includes odor of smoke, tar stained teeth, and premature skin aging. Here are some symptoms which point to nicotine addiction. It includes tolerance to nicotine with decreased effects, which requires increased doses. The other one is withdrawal symptoms upon cessation. And the third symptom is smoking more than usual. And the final one is persistent desire to smoke despite efforts to cut down. The the next topic is nicotine withdrawal. Here, the first one is nicotine withdrawal is not merely a cessation process as many might assume. It is a journey fraught with feelings of misery and discomfort, which means that it's not very easy to withdraw smoke withdraw smoking. The next one is vaping modulation of dopamine release contributes to the challenge of quitting, potentially leading to long-term i- impairments. The final point here is as a beacon of hope, hypnosis emerges as a powerful method for those navigating the arduous path of quitting nicotine ingestion. Now I call my friend Bikash to take forward this meet. He will be talking on pharmacological approach of using nicotine.
Thanks a lot, Aravind. I think our audience is mesmerized by the presentation given so far, but now it's the most important, that is pharmacological interventions, because they come as the forefront in the battle against nicotine addiction. See, nicotine replacement therapies, along with various compounds, significantly increase the likelihood of successful quitting smoking or vaping. Bupropion, a dopamine boosting agent, also known as Wellbutrin, is employed in smoking cessation, albeit with potential side effects and contradictions. A combination of nicotine patches, gum, or nasal spray emerges as an effective strategy, offering a multi pronged approach to support smoking cessation efforts. Please, next slide. Nicotine replacement therapies are having various forms, but few being nicotine transdermal patch systems, nicotine nasal sprays, nicotine delivery through oral mucosa. Common symptoms of using them might be dizziness, nausea, headache, but it's not necessary you will get them. You may consult with the doctor to know more details. Please, next slide. Nicotine therapies are many, but few important ones we'll be discussing. One of the first being bupropion. That is a most commonly used. It is it is just a dopamine reuptake inhibitor, also prescribed for depression, the same as Wellbutrin. It's basically you'll be having some depression. It will just help you not to get those. Next, please. The second one is from the famous company Pfizer, that the name is Varenicline. It is having the similar effects, the same as the first one, but this being coming from a famous company, many people trust this more. Third, the third one is coming up in the next slide. The third one is Nortrocline. Nortrocline is kind of the same thing as the first and second, but here a bit changes there. It will help the serotonin levels because your serotonin levels drastically drop. You won't be feeling to sleep. This will help to get a good sleep as well. Next, please. The fourth being clonidine. It helps people suffering with ADHD as well, because a lot of ADHD people might get addicted. So this one is the best thing if you are also suffering from ADHD. Next, please. All those who are listening to us till now, thanks a lot. But there will be a lot of ups and downs. This information will help you, but people are the best help for people. If you want help, just contact the National Helpline. It is just set up for you. Scan the QR code or call the number. It is your wish. The conclusion, in essence, nicotine, though found in everyday items, takes a toll on both physical and mental health. Its addictive nature, influencing dopamine releases and neural pathways, poses substantial challenges, especially with intake through smoking and other methods. From cardiovascular risks to mental health effects, the negative outweighs any momentary pleasure. Quitting is a formidable journey, but it is one worth taking. Support is readily available through helplines and counseling, providing a lifeline for those seeking freedom from nicotine grips. Next, please. Let's collectively strive for a healthier tobacco free tomorrow. Your journey to quit is a step towards a better, more vibrant life. You have the strength to break free, reach out, embrace change, and reclaim your well being. Quitting nicotine is not just a choice, it's a powerful commitment to a brighter and a healthier future. Now I call upon Aravind and Path, the quiz masters of today's session. Please, guys, come over and ask on some questions.
Thank you, Vikas. So, guys, we have an interesting quiz lined up just for you. So, now, without further ado, let's move on with the quiz. Coming up is the first question. The first question: what is the primary global concern related to nicotine? A. Its colorlessness. B. Its toxic alkaloid nature. C. Its role in enhancing memory. Or D. Its presence in everyday vegetables. I would like everyone to drop in their answers in the chat box. Let's see the answers that we get. Okay, we have a B in chat. People are spamming B in chat. We have an A also. Everyone's spamming B, and congratulations, guys. You're correct. The correct answer is B. It's toxic alkaloid nature. Moving on with the second question. Which type of cancer is most strongly associated with tobacco smoking? A. Breast cancer. B. Lung cancer. C. Prostate cancer. Or D. Colorectal cancer. Everyone spamming B in the chat box. And guys, you're correct. The correct answer is B. Lung cancer. Now, moving on with the third question of the quiz. When is World Cancer Day observed globally? A. 4th February, B. 15th April, C. 27th October, or D. 7th December? You guys can drop in your answers in the chat box. Let's see. Okay, we have an A. Someone's writing December 7th. We're getting a lot of A's and B's. There is a lot of confusion. Okay, guys. So the correct answer is A, 4th February. So congratulations to whoever wrote A in the chat box. And now I would like to pass on the quiz to my dear friend Arvind.
I'll be taking the quiz from here onwards. Now, the question for you guys is, which of the following is a common symptom of oral cancer that is associated with tobacco use? Option A is vision impairment, option B, chronic cough, C, difficulty swallowing, and D, joint pain. Guys, put your answers in the chat, and I am getting a lot of B, few C's, A, B. But guys, the correct answer for this question is option C, difficulty in swallowing. Moving on to the next question. What is the primary reason why smoking is a major cause of lung cancer? Option A, introduction of toxins into the bloodstream. B, increased oxygen intake. C, irritation of lung tissues by inhaled chemicals. And finally, option D, activation of anti-cancer cells. I am getting multiple responses: C, A, B, and the answer for this question is option C, irritation of lung tissues by inhaled chemicals. Moving on to the final question of this quiz. What are some symptoms pointing to nicotine addiction mentioned in the content? A, enhanced positive mood. B, decreased tolerance. C, persistent desire to smoke. D, increased heart rate. This is your final question. So please put your answers in the chat. I'm getting a lot of C's in the answer. So yeah, the correct answer is option C, persistent desire to smoke. I thank each and everyone who has participated in this CASA event, and I would like everyone to scan the QR code that is displayed on the screen to get your link for attendance. Guys, the attendance will be live only for 30 to 45 minutes after this meet has end. So make sure to take a screenshot of the QR, or you can do it, you can fill the attendance form right now. I thank the speakers of this event, Bikash and Path, who has made this a success. Thank you.
So, guys, thanks a lot for joining. You can just take a screenshot and yeah.